I'm seeing donations on our Give Send Go. Thank you very much. As I create my own print shop to print our books on hemp paper, I'm running into some expenses. Anyone have a second-hand tabletop book binding, gluing, machine and a precision electric paper chopper they need to sell off? LOL, seriously. But I'm determined. I'm going to create the print shop. I have all the experience I need with book layout already. I studied that in college. I went to the local printer and printing covers isn't even that expensive. I can design the covers, they've already been done for our ebooks and for the 2 paperback books we sell on Amazon. I'm always looking for translators who are willing to translate my books for a nominal price. Perhaps even percentage of sales would work for you. One sweet lady is translating my books into German out of the goodness of her heart. That's another dream I have, to print in other languages. Another man is interested in translating into Portuguese. It's always been a dream of mine to have either a bookstore or be a book producer, and now I get to do that, but I never dreamed they'd be my own books. So again, I'm living my dream and it feels great to finally have that meaning in my life. I'm going to say to you, let your mind go, daydream for a while. What do you want to do because you're telling yourself something? I would dream of printing books, packing them up and shipping them in a crazy busy bookstore. And guess what? That's exactly where I'm going. Who's to say that people in the galaxy won't be interested in our books, folks? Who's to say that in 5D we're going to have to live like we have here on Earth, with no ET contact? Already in the book I'm channeling with the Mercurians, interest has been expressed in our hairstyling, our artwork and our clothing by various people I've spoken to. It used to be that the world was our oyster, who's to say that the galaxy won't be now? You're looking for income in 5D? Well, there you go. They're very interested in our creativity and flexibility. I could use some chunks of Alderian hybrid crystal emeralds for a few books, couldn't you? Open your minds, folks. Look and see what's coming. You have a lot to offer the galaxy. Are you an artist? Do you paint? They love our artwork. All this equipment, of course, will stay in my current apartment when I go on board Ivo's ship this year, and then we'll be moved to 5D to our home where we'll continue to print books and I'll continue to channel them. Even though you'll be able to see many people, even Saint Germain and Yeshua, on our TV station, I'll still need to channel for various reasons, although not as much as I am now. As for books, remember that Smashwords has 3 free titles on this month of July and all other ebooks are heavily discounted. I see many of you are taking advantage of this sale and that's great. Ebooks are also available on our website at a discounted price and you get a PDF copy. Payable through PayPal. That was the service announcement. LOL, now on with the channeling shorts. Me, personally, I'd like to see some of those phallic monoliths get blown away like the one that's in front of the Vatican. If nothing more, these monoliths/obelisks are part of the Na power system. They emit energies that are coming from inside the Earth. They're tapping Earth's power grid with them and then reversing their polarity. I'd like to see the GFL take a few of them out. Although I know them, everything they do has meaning. It's never random, and they too are probably working on a numerological system of dates. So what was July 6th? Ivo, indeed, my love, this is the power grid. Many of the Tartarian truthers are on to the truth now as they discover that cathedrals often have water running underneath them as they used to be used to produce hydroelectric power. And you are correct with your opinion of the phallic obelisks. Many of them, not all, some are dummies, but many of them are like radio broadcasters, broadcasting energies out to the public. What better way to capture the public's opinion by mind controlling them before they go to see the Pope? Put nothing beyond them. Earth is a free will planet and the dark forces have had free will here as well. This allows them to do anything they can conceive of, and they have. They are diabolical. They are the Antichrist. Me, ever notice that, folks? You go on YouTube and you see one animal video that looks interesting, so you watch it. You think it's cute and God forbid, you like it. Well, then the cacophony of dark videos comes raining down on you. 1 minute you're looking at cute little puppies and the next you're seeing dogs viciously fighting each other, tearing each other apart, and then video choices about rhinoceroses following lions down a river, about to attack them. Then there's the python that sneaks up on a cat. Then there's the seal that has to jump onto a tourist boat to get away from being eaten by orcas. Then there's the story of the person who had to fight a great white shark for his life. Really? Why do you even watch videos anymore if you can't just find some nice content to watch? Is this what passes for entertainment anymore? Watching animals struggle to survive and then being viciously eaten? Where are all the nice things, things that aren't on there to raise your blood pressure and make you feel unsafe in this world? Where are they? Yes, you watch Sharon and Ivo and it's never our intent to scare you. Never. Earthlings are obsessed with death. Why don't we become obsessed with life instead? Ivo, you are focused on it. So many of you are focused on those who suffered a horrible death or those who escaped a horrible death. This is your fear of dying. If you fear dying, then you fear living as well. Why? Because you will always be looking over your shoulder waiting for the next accident to happen, the next horrible thing to happen to you, and you'll be obsessed with videos about people who have suffered horrible fates. Sharon watches videos that show the amazing capabilities of so many Earthlings. She prefers to watch videos of music and dancing, some of foods she could prepare, and she also enjoys home remodeling videos because she is preparing to create our home for us in the fifth dimension. She enjoys watching anything to do with flying, and yes, this is because she can captain our craft and she understands that her home is in a flying machine, a spaceship. That is her true home, although she was not born there. I think there's a message that's being sent and the people who created it got the message and are simply sending it on without realizing it. That message is, life is scary. You could die anytime and you should be worried. Ivo, it is a good point to make, my love, that those people interested in raising consciousness now should not concern themselves with videos by people who are still unconscious. Being conscious is a question of choosing what you watch because it aligns with your vibration. So for this reason, you do not watch these violent videos. This is Archangel Michael's message on his Sunday Angelic Warrior group. Yes, Sharon is reminding me, to criticize another is to express your own fear. When you see another person driving poorly, you know you have a fear of being in an accident. When you criticize another for making a blunder, you know you have a fear of looking the fool and being judged. When you criticize another for their unhealthy body, you know you have a fear of losing health yourself. This is an easy way to determine your fears and an easy way to understand yourself better. Life is a mirror, and what you fear in yourself you criticize others for. I love this because I never saw it that way. But he's right. The fear-based person is too afraid to look at themselves, but never afraid to point out fault in others. I get people leaving comments on my Rumble account to this effect and I just ignore them. Speaking of looking at yourself, I did a video recently with El Moria where we talked about having control of the mind. He laughed as I sat there trying to do this and that, handling too many jobs as I tried to multitask my morning. I've also been having a lot of stomach trouble lately and I decided to give up my morning cup of coffee, my one little perk in the morning I loved so much, and lo and behold I lost the spaghetti brain. The coffee was making me hyper. It made me stumble all over myself and screw up what I was doing, then try to go back and correct the mistake. Without the coffee, I do one thing after the next and I do it calmly. I'm going to propose to you guys that we're eating and drinking 3D foods. As our bodies undergo ascension, these foods aren't any good for us anymore. Although we may enjoy the taste of them, the effect they create within our bodies and our minds doesn't help us at all. I've found a low-acid coffee substitute, so I'll see if that's any good. Another thing I want to flag up to you is a short video I found on the Rosicrucian teachings. For you guys who are on the spiritual path, you might enjoy this. I would love to delve deeper into their teachings, and I had found a book by Joseph Weed that talks about some of their practices. However, now I have the ebook and it seems to be entirely different from what I remember the paperback to be like. I still have the paperback, but of course it's packed and difficult to find right now. One of the things that was said in the ebook I'm reading is it talks about thought forms, or some people call them elementals. One day you go off your diet and you decide to have cheesecake. You are producing thought forms when you do this. What these thought forms do is they continue to stick around you and influence your future behavior. So you're more inclined to eat cheesecake again despite the fact you might not want to. So now I've finally found the answer to why people do affirmations. You do them because you're implanting positive thought forms in your thought form library, let's call it that, and you're creating a future for yourself where you actually indulge your best interests, not your worst ones. That's why people do affirmations. I've never made a point of doing them, but now with this explanation I can see why they would have merit. The last couple years I've lost 40 pounds and I'd like to lose some more because I find I feel better at a lower weight. So now I'm affirming eating better food every day, and I may even try some visualization as well. With visualization you're using the power of your mind to create thought forms but also to create your future. Ivo, there is more to this book, my love, if you would finish it. It talks of the many ways to empower the mind and to limit suffering caused by an untrained mind. Okay, I'll finish it. It's called, by the way, Wisdom of the Mystic Masters, and it's an ebook format as well. I see Mr. Weed has different books out as well, but they seem to be hardcovers. Oh. Hardcover is $30. Paperback is $110 US. I don't think so. Interesting. I see he's got one on Secrets of Self-Healing and it's $12 Canadian, definitely more affordable, and he talks about instantaneous self-healing. I did this once. I had a bad case of vertigo from a chiropractor who was manipulating those funny Frankenstein bones under the skull on me, and he tried to straighten them out. When he did, I started having dizzy spells. They went on for days and I finally decided to do something about them. I lay down and meditated on my inner ear and sent energy in there and the dizziness was gone. Mr. Weed talks about this same type of method, sending white light to the parts that are hurt or sick. Funny Frankenstein bones seem to be the C1 or the Atlas, first cervical vertebrae as far as I can tell. I don't see a chiropractor anymore because I figured out the reason my vertebrae were out of alignment was because of muscle tension. So I stopped working and much of the tension went away. I work on staying relaxed and voila, no back problem.